Imagine this. Your plane crashes at 12,000 feet. The temperature drops below minus 30 degrees Celsius. No food. No rescue. No way out. Then you hear this on the radio. Search operation terminated. The world has given up on you. Everyone thinks you are already dead. But you're still alive. This is the true story of Uruguayan Air Force Flight 571. A survival story so extreme it still shocks human strength and hope against impossible odds. If true stories like this fascinate you, subscribe now, because the next story might change the way you see life. On October 13, 1972, a military aircraft chartered by the Uruguayan Air Force took off from Argentina, heading towards Santiago, Chile. On board were 45 people. Most of them young rugby players from the Old Christians Club, along with friends, family members, and 5 crew. They joked. They laughed. They dreamed about the match ahead. But the Andes Mountains don't forgive mistakes. Heavy clouds blocked visibility, forcing the pilots to rely only on instruments. One small navigation error would change everything. Believing they had crossed the mountains, the pilots began to descend. They were wrong. Suddenly, boom. The aircraft slammed into a mountain ridge. The wings were ripped off. The tail vanished. The remaining fuselage slid violently down a glacier before stopping in a frozen valley. 12 people died instantly. Others screamed in pain. The survivors were now stranded in one of the most dangerous places on Earth. The survivors were trapped at extreme altitude. There was no vegetation, no animals, no shelter. Temperatures at night dropped far below freezing. Their food, a few chocolates and bottles of wine, lasted only days. Then came devastating news. Using a small radio, they heard authorities announce, "The search has been called off." No one was coming. Starvation became unavoidable. Faced with death, the group made an agonizing decision: to consume the bodies of those who had already died. It was horrifying, but it was survival. Then tragedy struck again. An avalanche buried the wreckage, killing several more people while they slept. Only a handful remained. After 2 months, hope was almost gone. But 2 survivors refused to accept death. Nando Paradu and Roberto Canessa decided to walk across the Andes. With no map, no proper clothing, and almost no strength. For 10 days they climbed snow-covered peaks, believing every step could be their last. Finally, they saw green land. They found a Chilean shepherd who alerted rescue teams. Against all odds, help was coming. On December 22, 1972, helicopters reached the crash site. After 72 days, 16 survivors were rescued. They had endured hunger, cold, loss, and impossible choices. The world called it the miracle of the Andes. Not because they survived a crash, but because they refused to give up on life. This story isn't just about survival. It's about the strength of the human spirit. When hope is buried under ice. If this story moved you, like, share, and subscribe for more true survival stories. Because sometimes, miracles are made by those who refuse to die.